What's up, Claremore High School? I'm Forrest Griffin.
And I'm Jared Young.
And welcome back to this week's ZTV. Firstly, let's take a look back at our awesome football season with Tytus's postseason recap.
The Zebras started off the season with an impressive 7-0 record for the first time since 1979, beating tough opponents like Bartlesville and Grove. The only regular season loss came against the Bishop Kelly Comets by only 1 point. 2 weeks later, after advancing to 8-1, the Zebras had to beat Collinsville to finish second in the conference. After a run-heavy night from both teams, the Zebras came out with a victory, earning the second seed in our conference. The Zebras hosted the Sapulpa Chieftains in the first round of the playoffs. This high-scoring battle came down to a failed 2-point conversion, giving Claremore a 1-point victory. In the second round at Elgin, it was the opposite of expected. Only 2 touchdowns were scored in this game, but Elgin missed their extra point, giving Claremore yet another 1-point win. The semifinal game was played the day after Thanksgiving at Noble against Del City. The Eagles came out hot, despite the Zebras giving everything they had. The offensive firepower of Del City was just too much, ending the Claremore's phenomenal season. This historic team scored more points than any other Claremore football team, while also being only the 4th team to win 11 games and just the 3rd team to play in the semifinals.
Great job, and thanks for the best season Claremore's seen in years.
Speaking of football, Gracie interviewed 3 of our new teachers, starting off with Coach Grimmett, Claremore High School's offensive coordinator.
So I coach football and baseball here at Claremore High School. The why behind it really was my brothers at first. So they inspired me, and then I really realized throughout this journey that I love interaction with the kids and love being able to coach and try to help kids, to play the best they can. Graduated from Claremore High School. After that, I attended UCO briefly to play baseball there. And I transferred to Seminole State, which is a junior college in Seminole, Oklahoma, and I played baseball there. So after 2 years, COVID came around. So kind of, I had options to go some places, but I decided to come back home and finish up my career at RSU, where I got bachelor's in communications in radio television. I had a lot of favorite high school teachers. Some still here. I really love Miss Savage's class, though. Our humanities class and our acting and things we did, I was really intrigued by that class, and I really enjoyed that class. Also, Coach Sherrill, he was one of my all-time favorite coaches. So being in his class, it was real fun. I think that's just who I am. I'm a homebody. I really don't like going all out or going out to places. I'm definitely very comfortable staying at home, being around my family. I'm a family person. I love being around my family. I think that's what kind of just kept me here. Also, my fiance is from Claremore as well, so she's a very homebody person. So that kind of kept me grounded here, especially looking for my career path of what can I do, definitely in the Claremore area. So that's what kind of kept me around. Man, if I go back to freshman year, really enjoy it. It goes by super quick. I think everyone, has told us that, from parents, teachers, coaches. We always tell the kids now, for me, I was like, man, it goes by quick, because it does. After your freshman year, it just seems like everything just spirals through, and next thing you know, you're a senior and you're preparing for graduation, and then you have no idea what you want to do outside of high school. So enjoy it. Also think about the future at times. I know it seems like it's forever away, but it's really not. But enjoy the moment. Enjoy all the friendships you make. Enjoy all the relationships you make, because they'll be gone, and then you'll be in the real world where, you work, and one day you'll miss all those friendships and activities that, hopefully you get involved in while you're in high school. Seniors, man, it's here. You're about to be an adult, it seems like. But don't be scared to go out and try new things, or set your mind to a goal. Hopefully you have a goal in mind already, what you're doing post-graduation, but don't be scared of those things. Go attack it. During those years of my senior year, I was like, man, I had some goals set in mind. I just wanted to self-accomplish, kind of set goals in place for the future self and see where you can see yourself at. Not necessarily saying it has to be school, but it can be work goals, it can be life goals, it can be something for your family. Just kind of set that and see.
Also, a special congratulations to Jasmine Cookson for signing to Murray State for softball, as well as Devin Llewellyn for signing to Rogers State for track. If you see them in the halls, pat them on the back and tell them great job.
And for our next story, we have Forrest Griffin with a story about how generative AI has affected the classroom here at CHS.
ChatGPT has a lot of good aspects about it. The only issue right now is the ethical part of it. Because it takes so much information from the internet itself and incorporates it into the way it's been, like it develops and talks about it, there is no currently ethical way to cite or to verify the sources of information that's coming from it, which makes it both extremely alluring from the fact, you could easily type in anything, it could spit you back anything. But at the same time, it's not their work. It's technically the entirety of the internet's work. So every time it produces a prompt, it's technically plagiarizing everyone, which is both worrying, but at the same time, it's really cool to see how far technology has come.
The issue is that you can't always rely on that. What students don't realize about that app is it makes you say things in a very robotic way. So not only are you taking out the tone that's associated with those words or the connotation, but it's very clear that you're gonna sound ingenuous, or you are just not going to sound completely intelligent or articulate in your thoughts.
It comes back again to sort of the ethical question. How do we use it responsibly? How do we know that we use it responsibly? And it's hard to say. Over-reliance on ChatGPT, I will tell you right now that in its current state, it is very easy to tell which essays are ChatGPT and which essays are actually written by hand with intent. Just because, well, quite frankly, ChatGPT does not have an understanding or the complex understanding of English. It has a fairly great comprehension, but over time it's slowly been degrading.
So definitely we're already seeing students heavily rely on these sources. Now, teachers are given some really great tools. One tool is the way that we break down our research process. There's like check-in points, so we would know if your wording is matching the work that you've been doing thus far. Additionally, Google Classroom gives us a free check that will check every website those words could have come from so that we can catch that. Additionally to that, there's an app where we can paste parts of their essay into it, and it will tell us how much of that is computer generated. So we have ways of looking at that, but it's more things about like when you go to college, when your teachers are really just seeing that final draft. So we have ways to mitigate that and ways to prove that, but of course there are always examples where they get through the crack.
Wow, one interesting story. Thanks, Forrest.
Seniors, don't forget to mark your calendars because FAFSA will open December 31st. When you fill it out, you will be eligible to receive federal grants and loans for college, so don't miss out.
Additionally, watch your emails for the Lift Up theme suggestion forms. Submission closes on December 22nd, so if you have an idea for a theme, don't be afraid to send it in.
Also, a special thank you to the Claremore Public Schools Foundation, and a congratulations to the teachers Mr. Doomkeen, Mr. Garrison, Miss Andrews, Mr. Smith, Miss Johnson, who were awarded a portion of the $87,000 in grants.
Next up, Trenton interviewed Miss Vincent about how to get us some more information for exemptions and how they're going to work.
The new exemption policy this year pertains to seniors for Block 4. A senior can be exempt if they haven't had any suspensions all year, 3 or less absences during that 9 weeks, and an A or B, along with parent permission.
Thanks, Trenton and Ms. Vincent, for clearing up any confusion. Something else to keep in mind is Adopt a Zebra. Chloe interviewed Mrs. Parks to let us know how we can help our fellow zebras during this holiday season.
The zebra tree is similar to an angel tree, except for it's here and it helps promote our zebras here at the school. So the zebra tree has been here at Claremore High School, I want to say 4 years, maybe 5. Okay, so my role in the fundraiser is I help connect our zebras here at Claremore Public Schools to the tree. And so basically I will contact families that are in need and I will see what kind of needs they do have and what kind of goodies they may need and want for Christmas. It benefits families in a way. It brings up the Christmas spirit, as well as it helps a family that's maybe less fortunate this holiday season, and it can bring some joy and happiness into their life by providing a gift. So we usually have on average anywhere from 50 to 60 zebras on our tree. So that's about 60 students a year. On the tree has a piece of paper, and it's associated with a number. That number is associated with a zebra at our school. And so it says their wants list. So we'll say, for instance, it's not really donations, but if a school or a classroom or a student wants to get involved, they go pick up that zebra and they see what that person, their wish list is, and then they go to the store and buy that. And it's kind of neat too, because not just one student can adopt another zebra. It could be a club can adopt one zebra or 2 zebras. It could be faculty or maybe an organization or a community. So what usually happens is our faculty or staff here at the school are the ones that go to the counselor's office and let them know there's a student that may be in need. And then, sometimes we do have families that will call up here because they received gifts last year and they say, hey, we're just kind of having a rough year this year. It really goes and it helps out our kids too that has house fires. And that's one of our big things, or just are in a challenging time this time of year. So I guess what I can say is anybody can help, and we want everyone's help just to make someone's Christmas special this year. Okay, so our zebra tree is located here at Claremore High School, and it is in the attendance office. So when you come in with attendance, Miss Vincent is the one that you will actually talk to pick out your zebra. And once you do that, she'll write your name down, and you get to take your zebra and go with your family, your friends, your organization, and go shopping for that zebra. And I believe all of the gifts are due back here to the school by the 18th.
Thanks, Chloe and Mrs. Parks, for that helpful information.
To go along with the zebra tree, Gracie interviewed our new counselor, Miss Morgan, to know a little bit more about her.
So I am the school counselor for kiddos with the alphabet that falls under A through F last names. So I went to Claremore High School. Before coming here, I went to RSU, and that's where I got my Bachelor's of Science in Counseling. And then I am currently going to NSU to get my Master's of Science in Counseling. So I had a lot of favorites in high school because I actually enjoyed coming to school because I liked all of my teachers. But I would say probably the one that I connected with most was Miss Patton, because I had her my freshman year for English, and then I had her again my senior year for English. So I feel like I was able to develop more of a relationship with her because I had her twice. So before I came here, while I was in high school, I went to NTC and got my cosmetology license. So since I graduated high school, I've been doing hair at a salon, doing hair still, and I don't know if I'll ever actually stop doing hair. So during my time at RSU, I had to do an internship, and I actually did my internship here at the high school. I interned with Miss Vanneman, and then I interned with Miss Lexi, one of the BHCs with Grand. And I really liked it. I liked seeing all the collaboration, how much everybody works together as a team, and that really made me decide I want to be at Claremore High School. So far, I think it has to be football season. I love walking in the doors and everyone being in the pit and it being crazy loud and kind of chaotic, but it's awesome. Just stay on track, set goals, and then work throughout high school to achieve those goals. And goals can change. So they don't have to be permanent. So don't make goals and decide that you want to do something different, because you can always decide you want to do something different. Stay motivated, because I see a lot of seniors who have senioritis and just lose their motivation their senior year and struggle to want to come to school, struggle to want to stay on task. And just remember about those goals that you set, and there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and you're going to graduate, and you can graduate, and just keep that motivation.
Didn't the Claremore robotics team take a trip? What all went down?
Well, back before Thanksgiving break, Claremore Robotics went to White River, Arizona to compete in the Vectra Robotics Native American Showcase event. Among the teams there, Claremore won the tournament, the Think Award, the Amaze Award, and also while they were down there, they got a chance to visit the Petrified National Park to take in the beautiful sights.
Great job, robotics. Finally, Gracie interviewed Mr. Bennett about how their year is going to be as a new teacher.
I teach government and world history. I have my bachelor's in history and my master's in American studies. So I've always been interested in history. My mom gave me somewhat dubious advice and said, study what you're interested in. So I figure if I've spent multiple classes learning about it, I might as well teach it. I went to Oologah High School, and I think my favorite teacher was probably Coach Fairman. He taught me in world history and psychology, and for me, he was the one who introduced me to the greatest variety of ideas that I hadn't been exposed to before. He opened up ways to look at the world that I was previously unaware. I think I'll forever be grateful to him for that. Northeastern State University. I went to Rogers State University. I went to Tulsa Community College. I went to OSU. I took a course from OU, and I got my degree from Langston University. 4 colleges, 1 semester. It was a good place to raise my family, when I had kids. I find it very affordable compared to other places in America. And I really enjoy the people. Oklahomans tend to be pretty kind and nice in most situations, where if you get, say, in California and other places, maybe big cities, you will find them to be less civil, and so I enjoy that. I was working at East Central Junior High, and then before that I worked at Oologah High School for about 18 years. And I'm involved in a couple of nonprofits that keep me busy. It's a good school. My older brother's worked here for 30 years. He's always had good things to say about it. So whenever he told me about an opportunity to teach government at the high school, then I jumped on it. I absolutely adore my students. They've been wonderful people. I've been blessed to meet them. And every day they come into my class, I feel excited to see them. But right now, most of you are not married. Most of you are not parents. Most of you do not have a career. So why not take advantage of this global world you live in and go see some stuff? So that'd be my advice to seniors is take advantage of your freedom while you got it.
Thanks, Gracie, and good luck with the rest of the year, new teachers.
Well, that's all we have for this week.
Have a great day, and go Zebras!